What's going on, guys? Welcome back to W.D.Y.D. CSP. What do you do as a central sterile processor? Guys, today we're going back to basics and we're cleaning breast sizers in the decontamination area. All right, guys, so I have two different manufacturers here of breast sizers. Okay, the first note that I want to make aware that when these breast sizers come to decontamination is, how is your facility tracing the use of the breast sizers? Why should we track it? Well, there's a limitation of use, right? Of reprocessing. Some of these can be reprocessed 10 times. Others can only be reprocessed 9 times, okay? Because the first sterilization is counted as 1. Okay, so how is it that you're tracing these? And when it comes back to decon, is that traceability, is that tracking mechanism or that tracking device or method being brought back? So a lot of these come with little cards that you can put information on, and that's how we track them. Or are we tracking them by the lot number in our tracking system? So when we're packaging them, we should be issuing a barcode, however way we're doing that, and that barcode should come back with you so that when you're inputting it into the system, you know how many times this got reprocessed. So if this comes to decontamination and the 9th sterilization already happened and it come back, this will be the 10th reprocessing, the 10th re-sterilization. For the items that can only be reprocessed 9 times, there is no point of reprocessing them. They get discarded, right? But we're talking about reprocessing here. So first things first, inspect it. These should have not been included in any sets that contain metal items that have the possibility of piercing them. So we want to inspect our item, right? So how do we inspect? Is you want to make sure you want to give a gentle squeeze, right? And make sure that nothing is oozing out, that this isn't leaking, right? So you want to look for any punctures and any tears in it, okay? The seal cap that's placed on the manufacturer, you want to make sure that that's not lifted, because this will lift. It's adhered on there. There's an adhesive that adheres it on there, and I have seen some that lift off and has the possibility of causing a leak. If you see any lifts in any of them, then they need to be discarded, okay? We have determined that the item is not damaged, so we're going to go ahead and process. So if these have been pre-treated, you want to remove that pre-treatment with a good rinse, cool water rinse. Remove all visible soil from the items. Again, follow the IFUs to the letter for reprocessing. I'm going general here, but a good rinse to remove the gross soils before we soak. What's that soaking instruction look like? Now, I can tell you that the rinsing instructions for some of these require 2 minutes of rinsing, okay? Not just a casual rinse. It's asking to rinse for about 2 minutes. And believe me, 2 minutes may seem like a short time. 2 minutes is actually a long time to rinse one device, okay? So rinse thoroughly according to the IFU, soaking for the allotted time dedicated by either the manufacturer of the device or the manufacturer of the chemistry. Please follow center circle, guys. I don't know how often I say this, and I think it's extremely important for the processing of our devices that we follow center circle. Time, temperature, concentration, and friction. Those are key to proper cleaning. If we do not follow those 4 simple steps, cleaning is ineffective, okay? So allow the item to soak prior to giving it its friction, and your friction should not be with either a metal brush or a nylon brush. For this item, it's not called for. The surface area of the brush and the surface area of the item, it's too great, okay? You're gonna miss a spot. So you wanna use a lint-free cloth or a sponge, and I prefer a sponge for this application because it sheds less than a cloth. If you've ever processed these and handled them, you know that these are lint magnets. They have a semi-sticky surface to them naturally. They're not very, and just anything sticks to them. Hair, lint, Dust is just a lint magnet, and it can be a nightmare to process on the other side. So under the surface of the water, you want to go ahead and wipe this off really good. Okay, you don't have to be scared to handle this thing. It's not fragile, but you don't want no metal objects on it. But you want to hold it firm and hold it as flat as possible to be able to get the full surface of cleaning, right? Go around the edges of it, right? Under the surface of the water. And then once fully cleaned, you want to go ahead and give it a final rinse with treated water. And again, follow that IFU, because that final rinse can be for 2 minutes or greater of treated water rinse. Because again, this is a sticky surface, and even the chemistry can stick to it. So it can be very difficult to remove chemistry and any residual soil off of the surface. So that rinse, that final rinse, is extremely important. This item cannot go through the ultrasonic or through the automated washer, again, because of its delicacy and possibility of puncturing it and damaging it. So drying this is extremely important. And again, you don't want to use a towel to dry this, because you're gonna lint. It's gonna lint. Guaranteed it's gonna lint. Towels and rags, you want to use forced air, but you don't want to use forced air that is too powerful, because again, a possibility of damaging. So forced air with the correct PSIs, and get this as dry as possible before sending it over to the prep and pack side. This is a hand washed only item. It is critical that you dry this item thoroughly. Why do I say that? Again, this is a lint magnet. Very, very difficult to remove any debris off of it once it's dried on there or it sticks on there. You're going to wind up going over to the prep and pack side and seeing all kinds of debris stuck onto it and then trying to take it off. Alcohol is not recommended to be used to wipe this off, because alcohol will dry the surface and cause cracking. So you don't want to do that. So dry this as good as possible. Place it in the containment unit that it either is going to be packaged in, or a containment unit such as a metal basket, and send it over to the prep and pack side to be processed. All right, guys, as always, stay true to yourselves. Keep it 100. Continue educating yourself. And until next time, peace.